Check. Check one.
Check one, check one. All right. All right. So how do you pronounce your name?
Taha Ejazz.
Taha Ejazz.
Taha Ejazz.
That's crazy. And you're from Pakistan?
Yeah.
Gnarly.
From Pakistan.
When'd you come to Canada?
My whole family came here when I was 2 years old.
So you've been here the whole time?
Yeah.
For most of it?
Yeah.
So you're a white liberal, essentially?
Pretty much, yeah.
And you're in engineering right now?
Yeah, finishing that up.
Yeah? You don't like it?
Dude, it fucking sucks. It is so much harder than I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what I thought, to be honest, but...
Why'd you go into it?
Because I was just good at math and science.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I tried to get into architecture at UBC, but I got rejected. So I'm not creative enough to be an architect, but...
How'd you get rejected to... is it just higher math requirements to get into architecture?
No, they look at something different. They wanted like a portfolio of design, and I didn't have that.
Yeah. My brother-in-law went and got his architecture degree at UBC.
Dang.
Yeah, but now he never actually did anything. Like, he never got his, like, certificate or whatever to be an architect. You can make more money just doing, like, contractor work, honestly.
Yeah, that's fair.
And, can you say something? I'm just trying to check the levels.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
You told me you dropped out?
No. Oh, dropped out of university?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm going to check the levels on there.
Check one.
Yeah. Never mind.
You're good?
Yeah, I dropped out of university. I dropped out of university like 3 times. And yeah, I'm like finally actually accepting that I have ADHD because like when I first, like, cause when I had my manic episode, like before that all started, I was abusing ADHD medication that I was just buying from some guy.
Is that like Vyvanse and stuff?
I was buying Dexedrine.
Okay.
Yeah. Which like I first started fucking with Dexedrine. Like the first time I ever had it was in like, high school. Have you done Dexedrine?
No.
What drugs have you done?
I've no hard drugs really, just mushrooms.
Are you Muslim?
I was raised Muslim, and now I'm kind of like
experimenting.
I'd like to consider myself Muslim still, but more agnostic side.
Are Muslims allowed to do mushrooms?
No, I don't think they're allowed to do anything except tobacco.
Oh, yeah.
Like anything that can alter your state of being, like drinking, smoking.
Yeah. Well, I'm coming around to that. I do think it is the best way to live.
Yeah, probably, to be honest.
Yeah, like I've been even just getting off of carbs lately. Like I've started to see how the entire world is run by white devils who are just trying to get us addicted to everything. It's crazy, dude. Like honestly, my cognitive health has just skyrocketed in the last like 4 days.
Yeah, what's that called when it's no carbs in your diet?
It's keto.
Keto, right.
Like, so I'm like on ketogenesis or whatever. And I do feel, because like what happened is I was taking like THC every day to sleep for, I think, I definitely like months, but I think for maybe years. I can't remember how long I've been doing it. Like, because I've been on and off trying to use it to sleep, and then I can't remember how long I've been like doing it on and off. But I remember I was doing it on and off in Vancouver, and so that was like 4 years ago, even 5 years ago. So I think I might have been doing this for a long time, but I'm not sure. And like I'm like, how long have I had sleep problems? But then also the nicotine, because I started vaping as well, and that actually it didn't give me sleep problems. I would wake up at 3 a.m. and fucking vape, and then go back to sleep. It was the best, dude. Vaping fucking
dude, that actually fucks up your sleep so bad.
Well, no, it didn't for me. Like, cause my sleep, apparently it's a thing with people with ADHD. Like the ADHD, I don't like even saying it because like, I just hate our victim culture and how everyone wants to identify with a mental illness or whatever.
Yeah, that's fair.
But just like there's all these like physical symptoms, like even like proneness to addiction, like alcoholism, like tight muscles. Like when people are talking to me, I'm just like completely in a different, like, you know, like the more I try to pay attention to what they're saying, I just have like this fucking running commentary. So it's inattentive ADHD, and so I was never like diagnosed as a kid or whatever. And so after my manic episode, I was like, because I was abusing ADHD medication. So I was abusing the Dexedrine, and then I got a prescription because I was about to get this job working for the government of BC.
The White Devil.
The White Devil himself.
Sure.
Doing like court transcriptions. It would have been the fucking just brutal work. But I was like semi-manic, going back and forth, like finally having like, because I was on ADHD medication at the time, so I was finally like, oh no, I can do stuff, I can like fucking get shit done. And so I was like, well, I'll just do this and then I'll pursue comedy, but I'll actually have like a solid steady job. And so I was like, well, I'm gonna need fucking prescription drugs if I'm gonna do this. There's just no chance, like a job that's all day focused on the most boring shit, which is kind of what my job is now. And like I was able to do it while I was high, because I was like also fucking. So I have this AI job or whatever where I train AIs.
That's sick.
Yeah, it is pretty sick, and it pays like decent. But I'm just doing that shit like it's so hard for me right now, because for a while I was really able to do it while I was getting high every night and then just vaping all day. Sure. Because that would like, it would give me enough dopamine that I could just like sit there and actually focus on shit. And like in 1 month I made like fucking like 50 grand, not 50 grand, not 50 grand, sorry, 5 grand.
Oh my God, dude.
But like that wasn't even working 40 hours a week. And it was probably working 6 hours a week, but actually doing the fucking work. And because my system was just flooded with dopamine from like weed and then vaping all day, I was actually able to do it. And now since I've quit, it's like so fucking hard for me to focus on this job, and it's gig work. So if I stop, like if I'm good at it, but like anyone can sign up for it. And so there's no penalty. You don't have to like do a certain amount of work. And if your work sucks, there's no penalty. They'll just kick you off the system. They don't even fucking tell you, apparently. Because like when I first signed up for the job, I was like, is this a scam? Because it's like, oh, make money from home, work from home, online, pays well. I was like, there's so many scams like that. And so I was looking it up. And this guy's like, no, this is my job. And like I saw some YouTube tutorial. He's like, I've been doing this like for like 6 months. But if you're bad at it, they'll just kick you off the platform, and you might not even get your last paycheck or whatever. And so now I can't focus because I'm not sleeping. But it's like slowly getting better because I'm fucking getting into ketosis or whatever. And so I quit THC, quit nicotine, quit caffeine, all because like my dog died, sort of. Like that was the thing that made me want to quit THC, because I just couldn't get high because I was so sad that I was like, I can't be high right now. And then I was like, okay, well, I was like 7 days off that. I might as well like just quit from that. And then one day I was like, I couldn't sleep, and I was like going manic or whatever. And so I just took a little bit of THC, and then I woke up and I could just feel my lungs like fucking like so hard to just get air into them or whatever. And I was like, fuck, I gotta quit vaping. And every time I get high, I get really scared about like health stuff. And so I quit vaping, and then I quit THC, and then I was like fucking just so miserable and like so insanely just want to like fucking literally like kill people. I was so angry. And so I was like, I can't live like this. Like, this is untenable. So I was like looking up, like, what do I do? Do I need drugs or something? And then I just saw this podcast, and this woman, it was this guy who was like a brain scientist, neuroscientist. And he was talking about how like the keto diet is like one of the best diets for mental health or whatever. And so I was like, all right, well, I'll try that. And then just trying that, because I had done it before, and like I was so happy. But then I got a girlfriend, and it all went to shit. It's like, this is like the pattern in my life is I'll do all the things I need to do to like be successful and like make progress in my life. And then my life will be going fucking great, and I'll get a girlfriend, and then it'll just all go to shit.
Yeah, that's a common theme. That's a common theme. Is just women ruining it for you.
Yeah, women ruining everything. Do you have a girlfriend?
No, I haven't had a girlfriend in years, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
22 last year university.
Yeah.
What was your last girlfriend like?
Last girlfriend? It was a toxic relationship for sure. Yeah.
How so?
It was like on and off for a while.
Yeah. Were you toxic too?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. What did you guys do that was toxic?
Just a lot of... I don't even know how to begin to describe this, to be honest.
Just typical bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Most of my relationships have been pretty toxic.
You're in a relationship right now?
No.
No? Does keto make you horny, or is it the opposite?
Does keto make you horny?
I heard something about it's either good or bad for the libido.
You know what? I hadn't thought about that, but I have been a bit more horny lately.
Yeah, that's the keto.
Yeah, I think it is the keto. Yeah, it's all the fucking meat, dude.
You can't eat meat all day, every day, and then not be horny after.
Yeah. Well, because it's crazy. Because when I was like full blown manic, doing all the most manic shit, I was like just eating crackers because I was like I was taking too much of the ADHD medication. I was taking like 3 pills a day. I was supposed to take 1. Yeah. And so I didn't want to eat. And so the only thing I wanted to eat was like high processed food. And so I think that's what made me crazy. It was fucking crackers, dude. Cause like, and even right before this, like I was quitting vaping. I wasn't eating, and so I was just eating fucking crackers. I had no appetite, and that's when I was like the most angry. And now I feel it like now that I'm just on like mostly eating clean as well, because you can do keto like not that healthy. Like you can eat like fucking weird protein bars and shit with just like high fiber, no sugar.
Yeah.
And like, but I'm actually trying to eat just like no preservatives or whatever. And it's insane. Like I notice so much now. There's a direct impact on what I eat on how I feel. Whereas like obviously there always is, but I think when you're eating a bunch of carbs, you don't notice it much because you always sort of feel shitty.
That's fair.
Yeah. Or maybe just me. I don't know.
How long you been on the keto thing?
Only like a week now, but yeah, I feel just so much better. Like I feel like so motivated.
You already feel better?
Yeah, I felt better almost instantly.
Really? I thought there was like a phase where you like lose energy because all those carbs are gone.
No, that's like a day. I mean, apparently to get into like full ketosis is like takes 3 weeks, but I mean, all this shit is just like it's so poorly studied, and everyone's body is different, and like everyone's biology is different. Like with anything nutrition, there's like just not that much fucking science out there because all the science just goes into like what kind of pharmaceuticals can you actually make or whatever.
Yeah.
Because there's no money in ketosis. There's no money in telling people just eat food.
No, yeah, that's true. Well, it wasn't like the food triangle debunked not too long ago.
The food triangle, I think, is a fucking Illuminati plot. Like, dude, honestly, like how good I feel is making me conspiratorial.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this is insane. Because like I feel like I'm on antidepressants. Like I have so much more energy
in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. Just not in like the numb way. Sure. And I want to fuck more as opposed to
okay, that's the best antidepressant I've ever heard of.
Yeah, just like I feel less depressed. I have so much more energy and like I'm more motivated. Like I've just been even like posting. I don't know if you've seen them. I'm just posting like stupid videos every morning.
Yeah, sure.
That's all since like I started doing keto and just being like, oh, I have like positive emotions, because before I'd be like, oh, what if fucking everyone hates it and they think I'm a lame loser, fuck. And now I'm just like, whatever, fuck everybody.
That's pretty sick. My nutrition is dog shit, man. I haven't had a fruit in like 3 weeks now. I gotta get
counted.
I gotta get an apple in me, man.
Yeah, I'm not eating a lot of fruit, mostly vegetables now.
Yeah,
because some people do like carnivore. Some people do like because apparently there's like a lot of like some keto people will be like, yeah, you don't even need fucking vegetables, just eat meat. But to me, it's just like, come on.
Yeah,
there's like some vegetables gotta be kind of good for you.
I feel like there's probably stuff in vegetables you can't get in meat.
Well, I mean, like the steak is like the most complete like vitamin mineral source. Like you can just live off steak. And people will be like, it's so bad for you. And it's like, well, think about fucking humans a fucking million years ago. they totally would have been able to just eat meat.
Yeah, they couldn't afford it, but they would love to.
Well, a million years ago, no one could afford anything.
Yeah,
didn't have fucking money.
No currency, sure. Yeah.
But like, if we were just like hunting animals,
yeah,
you know, and of course, I'm sure we were like fucking hunter gatherers. All this shit though is like the primal shit. It was like, oh, how did humans evolve? It's like we don't fucking know. We weren't there a million years ago. You can just guess. It's the same shit with like behavioral science when it comes to like evolutionary psychology,
like anthropology.
Yeah, well, just evo-psych is like, it's a very controversial field because a lot of it is used to like justify sort of like sex differences between men and women.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're big on that kind of psych.
Evo-psych?
Yeah.
No, I'm just like, my thing is I'm incredibly open-minded about stuff.
Okay.
Which leads me into trouble a lot of the time because like, people think of like open-minded as like necessarily a good quality, but it's just like, it's actually like a psychological like rating. Like I rate very high in openness. Mm-hmm. So I'm very like willing to entertain new ideas. And most people aren't. Most people think they like decide their worldview based on like logic, but they don't. Most people decide their entire worldview based on what the people around them think and then what already confirms their own pre-existing worldview. So any ideas that are outside of that challenge that, they'll just outright dismiss. Like with aliens, you know?
Yeah.
Like I was into aliens fucking 20 years ago.
Oh yeah? You're a big alien guy? Like Joe Rogan?
Kind of like Joe Rogan, but more so just like, well, it's like they're fucking here. Like there's so much evidence of these crafts. There's so many like military experts being like, yeah, there's crafts here doing like right angle turns at 400 kilometers an hour. They're doing things we don't understand. And it's like, okay, well, maybe it's like a military project, but even then, where did they get the military, technology from? I just think most like the people who actually rule society are intentionally trying to keep a lot of information from us.
Sure. I think the aliens are real. I think it's statistically probably.
Yeah, statistically, they got to be fucking out there.
Yeah.
And there's like, when you look at us, like look at how much humans have evolved in the last 100 years. It's insane, right? And 100 years is fucking nothing in terms of the universe. Think of a civilization that's been around for another 100,000 years, another million years. Like, obviously, and people will be like, oh, well, how did they get here? It's like, well, not fucking burning carbon, you fucking dumbass. They probably did it through, like, interdimensional bullshit. Like, their spiritual level is probably so far beyond us. And I think that's where humans are at right now, is we're at a level where we're, like, approaching a new spiritual evolution and understanding that the world isn't quite what we think. It's not just materialist. And I think the people who, like, run the planet know that, but they're, like, demonic and trying to keep us just completely caught in the material world.
The white devils, man.
The white devils, yeah, with fucking carbs. But it is great. Like if you walk into like I just walked into a convenience store and I was like, all this shit, none of this shit. I mean, it's a convenience store, so it's not like a grocery store, but like even if you go into a grocery store, it's like most of this shit I can't eat. And I know if I eat any of it, it's going to make me feel like shit.
Yeah.
And that's just what's pushed on people.
That's capitalism, yeah.
That's capitalism, dude. It's fucking capitalism. So what's your take on university?
On university itself?
Well, no, just on like, woke liberals or whatever.
Woke liberals. I mean, if they're not hurting anyone,
yeah,
do whatever you want. But university, it does piss me off. I parked there one time for like an hour and immediately got ticketed.
Yeah.
It's like you guys are sinking so much money off me already.
Yeah.
And I can't park here.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Although I think that money just goes to fucking parking companies.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
either.
I don't know why this might be a hot take, but I don't know why anyone is paying for like an arts degree.
Yeah, especially these days.
Yeah, like
you can learn all that shit on your own.
What does that qualify you for?
Nothing. Yeah, I mean that's the thing about universities. Now it really is just a qualification thing.
Yeah, man.
The idea of university used to be like, oh, go and educate yourself. Although this guy, I gotta apologize. That clip I sent you about Larry Silverstein, did you watch that?
Yeah, guy? That was funny.
So that was real. Yeah. So Larry Silverstein did buy the World Trade Center like 2 weeks before it was attacked. He did ask for more insurance on it and did get a massive payout. But I was asking ChatGPT, so I don't know if you can trust ChatGPT. But like he was saying, like, yeah, I mean, he put all that money back. Like he did have to fucking rebuild the World Trade Center. And so, but the asbestos thing was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll explain for the pod. So Larry Silverstein bought the World Trade Center. This guy who, the chosen people. Not anti-Semitic. Like, that's the thing about so many fucking conspiracy theories is like they revolve around Jews. But it's like, yeah, Jews just own a lot of stuff. It's not anti-Semitic to be like that guy's Jewish and evil. He's not Jewish. He's not evil because he's Jewish.
They were pushed into those roles as well because that was like considered dishonorable in the West to be like a money lender or something. So they're like, make the Jews do it.
Yeah. Like in Catholic or like Catholic laws, it wasn't that it was dishonorable. It was just illegal. Like Catholics went against the religion to lend money at interest, and so no one could fucking make any money. And so the Jews just got really good at that, at banking, essentially. And then they got really good at entertainment because they were constantly traveling around and having to survive by their wits or whatever. Yeah. Dancing for people.
Yeah.
But so Larry Silverstein, apparently the World Trade Center was filled with asbestos, and the cost to remove it was going to be more than the price of the World Trade Center itself, because like you'd have to rip open the walls or whatever. So he bought it anyways, knowing that it wouldn't be profitable, apparently. And then he asked for insurance on it. They said it was going to be like $1 billion, but then he asked for $3.5 billion. So he has to pay for more insurance. And then the World Trade Centers got blown up. But then I was asking ChatGPT and I was like, is this all real? And they're like, yes, but I mean, he did that's actually how much the World Trade Centers were worth. So he did get that payout, but apparently it all went back into the World Trade Center, and he was like strapped for cash a lot of the time. And also, but whatever, I wasn't sure about that. But then that guy Professor Zhang on YouTube, who I've been like so into, I just saw another clip of him where he was saying the moon landing was fake. And I was like, fuck.
That's not a real professor, is he? Like he's not actually in a university.
No, he's not in a university. That's the other thing. So he has this like story about how he went to Yale, and like he grew up in Canada. He has a degree, and apparently he doesn't have a doctorate. He doesn't teach at a university. He teaches at a high school in China. And so he is putting in a lot of...
that's right next to American universities, high school in China. So maybe I'll give it to him.
Yeah, no, for sure. But the moon landing, I was like, come on, man. The moon landing, like, because I'm very into conspiracy theories, like I said, open-mindedness or whatever. But the fucking moon landing is like, dude, the moon landing was real.
Yeah.
Because, like, for any conspiracy theory, it's like, how many people would have to be lying for this to be real?
Mm.
And the moon landing would be, like, millions of people.
Yeah, I'm with the moon landing one.
Yeah.
They say America faked it just so that they could make Russia waste a bunch of money to go to the moon. That's the whole conspiracy, right?
I don't know what I mean, there's a bunch of different proposed reasons. I guess you could say that just like, the space race or whatever between Soviet Russia. And so they're trying to be like, no, we got to do this, or like trying to own Russia or whatever. He was saying like, there's no way that we could have made it through the Van Allen radiation belts. And you know what those are?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I asked ChatGPT, and it was like, no, they went through the thinnest point of the Van Allen radiation belts, and they're only in it for like an hour, which wouldn't kill you. And after that, they were in space for 8 days, and so they wouldn't have gotten cosmic rays. what fucking Professor Zhang was saying was like, yeah, apparently they're trying to get back to the moon now and they can't figure out how to do it. So all of this information was lost. But then I asked ChatGPT again and it was like, no, they're trying to build a moon base up there. And so it's like completely different. They were just trying to get up there. But now apparently we're trying to like go and stay up there and build moon bases for some fucking reason. So that was disappointing.
Have you ever convinced ChatGPT like on one of your conspiracies? Because you ask it about 9/11, it's like, let's be respectful here. But then you ask it more questions, and he's like, oh, you got a good point.
You have to actually be right about something, because ChatGPT will get stuff all wrong all the time.
Oh, it's been off its game for a while now.
Off its game?
Yeah, it's just been pumping me wrong information, and then I'll lie to it. I'll be like, that's completely wrong.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you're right.
Like what kind of information?
Like, it'll just make data up. Like, I'll give it data.
Yeah.
And then it'll be like, here you go, spits out some results. I'm like, this isn't what I wanted you to do. He's like, good catch.
Yeah.
You're completely right. I fucked up. And then he does it again, and it's just the same errors.
Yeah. But what are you using it for, like engineering stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's the thing, is it can't do advanced calculations and shit like that.
Like, well, what do you need it for?
Well, it can't do that stuff yet because it hasn't had the training modules for it. Like,
sure.
I'm trained. I can't talk too much about how I train it because I had to sign NDAs and stuff.
Really?
But, like, it needs to know exactly what you want. And you have to say exactly what you want. And even then, it might fuck it up because it's not good at, like, multi-layer processing. But that's what it's being trained to do right now. Mm-hmm. With all this stuff, it's like humans training it how to do it. I'm training it how to do data science right now. Or I tried to because it pays, like, $50 an hour US. And so I was like, yeah, I'll try data science. And then I couldn't do it because, like, it was just, I don't understand fucking data science. But it will start getting better at that stuff. And most likely there's going to be one company that runs away with all of this. Like, either it will be ChatGPT or fucking Gemini, or most likely I think ChatGPT, because it seems like they're the most ahead. And all the other AI companies are going to sort of fall away.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird. I think a lot of people don't really understand. A lot of people on the left just sort of reflexively hate it, but it is like incredibly useful for some things.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For the humanities, it's great. But so you're giving it data and then telling it to do a calculation, and then it's getting the wrong answer.
Yeah.
But is it like a simple calculation?
So it'll be like make Excel do this to me, you know?
Yeah.
And it'll give me the VBA code.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm asking it to code.
Yeah.
What it should be pretty good at.
Yeah. Are you giving it like detailed enough instructions?
I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
I'd like to consider myself a prompt engineer. That's a new title now.
Yeah.
Prompt engineer. You just talk to AI.
Yeah, that's my job.
Yeah.
That's what I do all day.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's pretty awesome. That's a good gig.
It is a good gig. The one I like the most is the philosophy one. I just get it to like admit that Jordan Peterson is like more right than fucking feminists about stuff.
Dude, you are alt-right. I didn't know you were so...
No, I'm not alt-right at all.
You're like based as hell, man.
I'm not alt-right at all. I just... I do think that like modern... It's just like post-structuralism and sort of postmodernism is like obviously causing a lot of problems in society.
Yeah,
Jordan Peterson is so wrong about so much shit.
Sure, yeah.
Like, but he is right about some stuff. It's just like he's one of those people where people have been like psyoped into thinking that your feelings about him represent whether or not you're a good person or not. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
One of those figures.
Yeah, it's like this tribal where it's like people will they'll fucking hate Jordan Peterson so much, and it's like, why do you hate him? Like he's wrong. Like I think what he's wrong about is he doesn't accept how much work God is doing in his philosophy, and like choosing the good, and the good being order and chaos being evil.
Yeah,
and like you gotta
do what you need order in your life, because if you don't have order, buddy, you're in hell, and that's worse than hell is the hell.
That's a good Peterson.
You gotta slay them dragons, and if you're not, oh, buddy, a woman will take you down.
Yeah, he just like as I was listening to a clip of him the other day, an interview with. Have you ever heard Diary of a CEO?
No.
It's this guy Stephen Bartlett who just does. Sorry, I'm trying to change this to.
You're good.
Time. He just interviews a bunch of random people, and he interviews people who are like kind of controversial a lot of times. But the thing is, like, so much information is just considered controversial now. So many viewpoints are considered controversial by like the mainstream left, and it's like, oh, you can't even entertain these ideas, and it's like, oh no, we have to silo those people off and can't even talk about what the fuck they're talking about. We can't even platform them.
Yeah.
And that's so harmful, and it's so dangerous. And the reason that they want to do that is because the people who don't want those people to have their platforms heard is not just necessarily because like the people who, you know, they're trying to deplatform are right. It's that they're right about some things that the people who want to deplatform can't actually rationally debate.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know? And like so Jordan Peterson, I think like his critique of postmodernism, which is a very valid critique, is like, and this is something that, because this is one of the conversations I had with the AI while I was training on philosophy, is like, you know what postmodernism is, right?
Yeah, like the overcorrection in modern.
Just like, or like fucking structuralism or like social constructionism, where it's like the idea that all truth, all knowledge is just based on language, and all language is created. So there is no truth.
Okay, I have no idea what postmodernism is. This is way past my depth.
Yeah, most people just think postmodernism means you're trans or whatever.
Yeah.
But postmodernism is the idea that all, like, I mean, sure, there's different definitions, but the idea that all knowledge is essentially from language, and all language is created, and so there is no absolute knowledge, there is no absolute truth, there's only like language. And so and it's the overcorrection that like you're referring to in universities is going like, oh well, we don't know anything's true, so let's like sort of ignore the entire history of Western thought. Let's go against like empirical knowledge, whether or not you can actually test stuff, and just like base it on some whatever we feel. Yeah, like, and so yeah, let's just try to make the world in however we want it to be made. And so you can explain like any discrepancy, and a big thing is like it's so prevalent in gender studies. It's because you go like, oh well, women aren't CEOs, women don't have these jobs, and it's not because they don't want to be CEOs. It's because they have, like, we've been telling them that they're not CEOs, and all our knowledge is constructed, and they've been told that women are like the inferior sex, and so they never actually like try to, you know, do anything about that, and that's why we need to like use knowledge and use society to engineer the things we want them to be, you know, which like, so like in one aspect is like it's 100% true. We have no access to knowledge that is not created by language, which is made up. So all knowledge, in a sense, is made up.
Sure.
But we are still talking about something. And if we ever want to have a real fucking conversation about anything, we have to accept that we're talking about something.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, this is a microphone. It's like, yeah, our idea of what a microphone is. When you say microphone, yeah, that's created, but it is a microphone.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like people say it's postmodern, but this is one of the oldest philosophical concepts ever. It's because it's not that hard to figure out, to be like, oh yeah, well, we don't really know what anything is. Like Immanuel Kant was one of the big guys who was like, yeah, there is an objective reality, but we have no access to it, because the only thing we have access to is our own sense perceptions. You know? And so, yeah. So, and then the other problem is like, yeah, so if you want to say all knowledge is created, then it's like, okay, well, then let's just kill ourselves then. Why are you in university? Because you can't ever make anything that's not just based on language. Because we need language. Like, that's the intermediary for everything. And so you want to say, like, oh, your knowledge is all made up. Let's make it up. Let's have a different version of knowledge. It's like, well, your knowledge is made up too. So why would we go with yours? Why don't we stick with the one that we actually have an entire field of science built around?
Yeah. Dude, I don't know shit about this. I'm getting dunked on right now. This is why I do math, dude. Like 1 + 1 is 2. That is universal knowledge. You know, you can't argue that.
Not according to the postmodernists.
No, there's no universal truths to them? They don't think math is a constant?
No, I think they would just say that's another made-up system.
What? That's like a law of like physical reality. It's like I have one, I have another one.
Yeah.
I have two.
But even then, it's like numbers aren't real.
Well, I guess. I don't know.
Because like even the concept of two is, see, this is where it gets like, you do have to sort of like make yourself retarded to really like understand some of the stuff. But it's like, okay, this is, a bottle of cleaning spray.
That's one bottle.
That's one bottle. And then if there's another one, that would be 2 bottles. But like, how would a postmodernist say this? It's like, well, what is the bottle? Okay, well, this is just plastic that was created, and then it's holding some stuff. Okay, so that's a bottle. Okay, so what if I put my hand out and put some cleaning spray in that? Would that be a bottle? It's like, no, well, a bottle is contained. You have to be able to close it. It's like, okay, so if I drank a bunch of cleaning spray, would I be a bottle of cleaning spray?
We might have to test that out.
And so it's like everything is, but again, you're right. It's like that's where postmodernism loses most people and loses its effectiveness. Is like, come on, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this stuff. But for some stuff, it's like it is a good lens to always remember. It's like, yeah, all knowledge was created, and the society that we have was created. And I think it is a pretty useful lens to actually look at like capitalism or whatever and the governing structures that we have. It's like, no, it doesn't have to be this way. Our ideas of money, that's a creation, all this stuff. And then there is like, I think, top down enforcement of people wanting to like have one way to see all of this stuff, which is, the white devils doing all that shit.
It all comes back to the white devils.
It all comes back to the white devils.
Common theme.
Okay, so what else did you think I was alt-right? Because it's just 9/11 and the Jews.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you came out with the 9/11, the Jews, the differences in women and men, which is like I don't like fundamentally disagree that there's differences there, but
yeah. Well, this is the thing. Like,
it's about opportunity, right?
Opportunity.
Yeah, between the sexes.
Yeah, I never said that. Like all that stuff. Like, because the one thing I was asking ChatGPT, or like, for my job training on philosophy. I shouldn't even talk about my job. I'm going to get fired.
You're going to get...
Someone hears
a man in a suit's going to come at your door.
Yeah, actually, fucking tech is turning alt-right now, too. So
yeah, everything's grifting now.
Everything is grifting. But so the Jordan Peterson, like where the Jordan Peterson angle of it goes wrong, and where like he's pretty objectively like on loose, shaky ground, is saying like, okay, there's differences between genders. Those are real and observable, but just because they are a certain way doesn't mean they ought to be that way. But I do think that women are typically more, homemakers or whatever. Men are typically more have jobs or whatever. So it's like, yeah, that is a fact. You can trace that throughout society, but that doesn't necessarily mean it should be a fact, or because we have certain biological differences that should like limit people's options and what they want to do and what they should be allowed to do.
Sure.
But I think like we're at a point where there's obviously just so much confusion between the genders right now. And like, I do think like there is a lot of stuff, like there's so many people like worried about young men becoming misogynists or whatever. And it's like, that is obviously a real concern. Obviously dudes are getting red pilled, becoming misogynists or whatever.
Yeah.
But I do think that like we have to also acknowledge that a lot of feminism and like mainstream feminist thought has been like, fuck men for the last like 20 years, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think you have to be such a loser to be an incel as a guy. Have you went to the r/ like incel or
Dude,
any
I used
sort
to
of
love going on r/.
So funny.
It used to be so funny because incels used to be like, because I was like looking at like the entire progression of this, and like incel used to be it used to mean like guys who were so fucking ugly that no matter what they couldn't get laid.
Yeah.
That's what an incel used to be. Like back in 2017, that's what incel referred to. And it wasn't like a common thing. And then it just became like any guy who's like having trouble getting laid.
Yeah.
And like, or a guy who like hated men. But like, what do you mean you have to be such a loser to be an incel?
I mean, like, you'll go on there and they'll be like, I'm 5'6", it's over. By the way, I'm going, this is it. This is my final message to everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But like, I also think there's like, I just think there's like all these pressures that men face that women don't face, of like, well, what's a female loser, you know?
Yeah, that's fair actually.
Dave, shut the fuck up. Where it's like, for guys, it's like, oh no, if you say the certain things, if you're a man who talks about like how society in any way is disadvantaged towards men, it's like, oh, you're a men's rights activist. But if you're a woman who talks about how society's biased against women, you're just a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like stuff where it's like, oh, if you said this about, if you have these negative views about women, people be like, you're a misogynist. If you have certain negative views about men, you're a women's studies teacher, you know? And like, I've seen it like, you know, when I was in like fucking, in like 2008, there's this woman, Jessica Valenti, who was like a prominent feminist who sold mugs and t-shirts that had a picture of a crude drawing of a girl throwing a rock at a boy, and the shirts and mugs said, "Boys are dumb, throw rocks at them." And it's like, what the fuck? And it's like, still all the time, like you watch any TV show and it's like women will beat the shit out of men like as a joke.
Yeah.
You know, and there is like, you know, domestic violence against men. And it's like, if you bring up any of this stuff, people are like, whoa, you're a fucking men's rights activist. You know?
I found that out quick doing stand-up.
Yeah.
Because I would have like jokes making fun of men.
Yeah.
And making fun of women.
Yeah.
The women were never well received.
Yeah.
They're like, that's punching down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's way more like, it is more difficult because like women are just so convinced that everything in society is biased against them because they've had that, like, just that viewpoint, you know, reinforced for them for the last 20 years, where it's like, okay, well, you're now making more money. If you're in an urban center under 30, women are making more money. You have every institutional advantage does benefit you. Every systemic, like, if there's anything where it's like, oh, the system's going to choose to help a man or a woman, it's illegal to help a man. But you're allowed to help women. So you're doing more, and it's like, so you're out earning men. 60% of university grads are women, but there's still all these programs to get women into STEM. There's no programs to get men into teaching, or no programs to get men to university in general. No programs to be like, hey, men aren't doing that great. Should we help them? And it's like, no, what are you talking about? You hate women if you even say that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you feel the same way about white people? Do you think white people are getting shunned?
White people?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
because there's also these grants for like being native or being a person of color. And there's not going to be a grant for being a white guy, right?
I mean, the race thing, like, I think like that sort of died down now. I think all of this stuff is sort of dying now, the whole wokeness stuff. Sure. But like the thing is, like, me even bringing this up, like the anti-man bias, is like, there's no advantage really for me to talk about this.
Yeah.
You know, except for maybe like people listening and just being like, hey, this guy's actually saying something that you're not supposed to say. Because I don't think anyone gives a fuck about anything anymore. No one's going to cancel me. Maybe some women will listen to this and get mad at me or whatever. But like, if you can't have these conversations, it creates silos. And like, when you look at the election of Donald Trump, there is zero chance that wasn't so heavily influenced by wokeness and by people just going like, you guys are so annoying on the left that I would rather have fascism.
Right. Like spitefully electing Trump.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I feel like I don't even know if that. I feel like that's kind of been a while in the making. Like, I remember being a kid, and it was in the era where YouTube was big, and it would be like feminist-owned compilations.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, dude, this is so sick. Like, these feminists are getting utterly destroyed.
Yeah.
But also, like, I'm a kid. What did I know about feminism or inequality? I just liked to see blue-haired people get dunked on.
Yeah, so you were into it as a child.
Yeah.
So in your 20s, that gets beaten out of you, and then when you turn 37, it comes back.
It's cyclical.
It's cyclical. Well, no, because I remember when wokeness started, and I did, because my whole thing is like your question about white people. It's like, I don't think that white people, it's hard to be a white man by any metric in today's society, but I do think like, having like, because you know, I was trying to get into film for a long time, still doing stuff with film, and like there's all these grants or even submitting to festivals. It'll be like, are you a woman or like basically anything but white man.
Box of minorities.
Yeah, and for universities too, like university applications, it will be like, and it's everything except for white man. So it's just like you can apply if you're anything but a white man, and it's like, that doesn't fucking affect me that much. I'm trying to do stand-up comedy, which is like, there's no sense of fairness because your entire audience is just going to be coming down to who actually fucking likes you. So no one can give that to you. You can get industry help a little, but not that much at all these days. It's still just going to come down to, and it's like, if you're a white man, fucking start a podcast, be doing shit. Anyone can do it.
Yeah.
Anyone can get fame these days if you actually put the fucking work in. So it's not like, my thing is like, that does have a negative effect on society by siloing people off.
I agree.
Into their races and gender and identity politics. And I do think that identity politics is 100% the white blood cells of capitalism. It's the white blood cells of the ruling class being like, you know, fucking 2008 happened and everyone's like, wait, so the rich people just own everything, and anytime the economy collapses, they get made whole while everyone else suffers, and everyone was really pissed off, and then fucking wokeness happened, and it's like, hey, no, intersectionalism or intersectionality. Let's divide everyone into their race and gender.
Yeah.
And it's like, when has that ever been a good idea?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, now you're gonna tell white people or white men, it's like, shut up, you're a fucking white man. And which is like, yeah, obviously there's like arrogance amongst white people or whatever, but I think you should do, like, the way you combat that with is like art and conversations and all this stuff and culture. But having governments and institutions decide like, oh, we're gonna fix this now, it's like, okay, well, it's gonna create resentment. You know, and as soon as you start telling, like, when you look at fucking Martin Luther King, his whole fucking speech, I dream people won't be judged on their race. And it's like, now we went to this, like, oh no,
we went too far.
People should only be judged on the race, which again, like, I don't think it's that big of an issue. I think it's not as big of an issue as people make it out, but it gives people, it's why it became like cool to join the right, you know?
Yeah.
Cause like now, you know, it's and also it's like, when you look at the top down control, it's like, yeah, people would love, the fucking people at the top want us to be fighting over this bullshit.
Yeah.
You know,
people are concerned about social politics instead of like monetary policies.
Exactly. And the thing about like monetary policy is like the left and the right, everyone everyone who you would broadly describe as on the left and the right have more in common with each other than the fucking people running things.
Absolutely.
You know, even it's like people will go, oh, the rich, and they'll be talking about like a doctor, a lawyer, like an engineer. It's like the rich. And it's like, no, dude, you've never met the rich. You don't know the rich. Like everyone you know is not the rich, because the rich fucking know the rich and they don't hang out with you. You know?
Absolutely. I think there's so many stupid people in just common society.
Yeah.
Like people who carry that hate for like India and Pakistan.
Yeah.
It's like, that is so just immature.
Yeah.
And it was like surprising because I grew up in Canada.
But what do you mean? People who
like Pakistanis that hate Indians or Indians that hate Pakistanis.
Okay. Yeah.
And
yeah,
like,
that's the funny
real.
thing about racism is like fucking North America is like such a strong, like, we can't be racist. Anyone's racist. Don't be racist. You go to other countries and it's like
racist as fuck.
Yeah, they don't even call it racism. They're just like, no, fucking Indians are gross.
Like, that's just what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like North America objectively is the least racist place. Or like the Western countries. It's like we're the only ones working on it, you know?
They at least address it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Everywhere else is like, yeah, maybe.
It's like, oh, we just hate darker people here.
Yeah.
That's just part of life.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
So India and Pakistan has beef?
Yeah, man. I when I was younger, I went to a Quran school, which is like a Bible study, I guess. And the kid of the person there is like, you don't have any Indian friends, do you?
Yeah.
I'm like, I was in like elementary school.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I guess I have a few Indian friends. And he's like, oh, you can keep a few of them close, but don't trust them.
Yeah.
It's like, this is an actual human being in Canada.
Yeah.
That baffles me, like the stupidity of people.
Yeah. Yeah, it is like when I went to school, just everyone was white.
Yeah?
Yeah, I went to like an all-white school.
Good for you, dude. That must have been awesome.
There's one black kid, Julius.
I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
No, he ruled. He conducted a play for me and my friends. He was like really artistic. There's two kids. There's one kid, Nigel, and he cried all the time. And then one day he came to class, and I don't even think it was show and tell day, but he just sang Boys to Men. He sang this Boys to Men song and did this dance. And it was amazing. Like, it was phenomenal. I remember it to this day. I barely remember it. The only thing I remember him is he cried all the time. And he was so good at singing and dancing.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that's almost. Yeah, I never even thought about it. He's probably gay. That would be hard to. But yeah, so it's like I never had like there wasn't enough different races to be racist when I was a kid.
Okay, it was just.
But I'm sure if you ask those kids, we were racist as fuck to them.
I'm sure, yeah.
I'm sure we did racist shit that I didn't. But like I was a fat kid, so it was a
you
lot
were
easier.
already a minority.
I was already a minority who got picked on relentlessly. You know, I wasn't picking on anybody because everyone just was like picking on me. There was one native kid, Dustin Bird, who never talked. Yeah. And whenever he would talk, people would clap. It was so bad.
Wow, that's progressive.
No, it was because it was just like you know when you go around the school class taking turns reading a chapter or whatever.
Sure.
Which seems so shitty, like giving knowing kids problems with dyslexia or whatever. I would love it because I was so good at reading. I'd be like, fucking just let me read, you dumb piece of shit.
I can't fucking wait, dude.
But yeah, I was always getting way too made fun of to think about it even being racist to someone. But did I tell you that story about the Pakistani kid at laser tag?
Yeah. Dude, that is hilarious.
That was bad.
That's bad.
Okay, I'll say it just for the podcast. So I was at laser tag, and then there's this kid with like a turban. What is the different types of turbans?
There's the patka, which is like the adolescent version. It's just the ball at the top.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's
and
what.
And then the full turban is.
Oh, really? So you get a full turban when you?
Yeah.
Like
it's pretty
Jewish
cool.
thing? That's sick.
That is pretty cool. Sikh people.
Yeah, but your people aren't turbanese.
No, that is for Indians. We have the burqas and we have hijabs, and then Saudi Arabia is the burqas and stuff.
Yeah, so I was at laser tag, and it was some white birthday party, and they're all people were just like sort of snickering at this. I don't know why I'm saying this on a podcast.
Yeah, this is a fucking incredible story to tell on a podcast.
Whatever, no one cares about anything these days. And this kid had the adolescent version,
Vodka.
And some people, so we were just like sort of teasing, like talking shit, behind his back, or like he wasn't even part of our group. They're just like, oh, look at this kid, like just being racist children.
Sure.
And but honestly, at that age, is like anyone at all different, you're gonna make fun of. It's like fat, glasses, not good at walking.
Yeah.
Maybe it's different now.
Maybe actually.
Yeah.
I'd like to think it's not.
Yeah.
I'd like to think there's still just as ruthless.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But so just snickering and calling him, like saying, but yeah, so Pakistanis don't even wear that?
No.
Okay,
No.
so I was
So
racist and wrong. And so this kid, so I was like, whatever. I always was, I'm a very empathetic person. I never liked making fun of people. If I ever did, it was just because I was like, fuck, I hope they don't turn on me next. So I wasn't making fun of him. And so, but this kid, when we started playing laser tag, he just kept on, he was following me. At one point, he just like followed me, just like fucking 8 times in a row, just shoot me in the goddamn chest. And then I couldn't get it. I kept on trying to shoot him, trying to run away from him. He was just following me. I was a little fat kid. He was following me. And then I turned around. I was like, fucking stop, you fucking Packy. And he just looked so hurt.
Oh, man.
And so sad. And I felt so bad immediately. I was like, oh no. I just, like, it was before I even knew what racism was. I was just like, I made this kid feel terrible because of his turban, because of the way he looked. He's just trying to play laser. And I felt so bad. And he wasn't even a Pakistani.
Dude, I love that story. That's just blatant racism. I love it.
But Packy's weird because Stan just means country of, right? So
Yeah, like Dagestan, Kazakhstan.
So would you call someone Packy? Like,
I think it's like an N-word situation where like they're only supposed to say it, we're only supposed to say it.
But is it a racial slur
I think so.
amongst
I
yourselves?
think my parents got pretty upset when I said it, so I'm pretty sure.
Like what? So what do you call it? Pakistani?
Pakistani people.
Okay, well I guess I should take out Packy.
You might want to add that one to your book, Pakistan.
I don't say it now. Obviously, I only said it that one time.
You don't call people with turbans Pakis anymore?
No.
Oh, okay.
I never did.
Just making
It's
sure.
just that one kid at laser tag. But I was like, is that a
No, that was a war crime because you were in battle at the time.
Yeah, exactly. all
So
third
it can
war.
slide. It can slide.
But at one point, is it just one of those things where it became associated with hate?
Yeah. It's just like the people who say it are the people who don't like them. It would be like
Yeah. But at one
Packies.
point, would it have been like, oh no, that's. I don't want to say it again, but like,
No, I feel like I'm not well versed enough to know this, but I feel like it's just like a how you say it type of thing, because you can say black people
yeah,
or you can say black people.
yeah. Yeah, see, that's what I'm wondering. It's
So it
like,
became hateful.
yeah.
I'd like to think.
because like the N word, it was never good.
Yeah, it was.
But at
birthed
one
in
point,
hate.
it was like people be like, oh yeah, that
That what? While we're
This
saying
is
all
a
the
really
slurs.
alt right podcast. I'm gonna call this. I'm just calling this Levi alt right.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to fucking become trans again.
Quick transition.
Quick transition. What time do you gotta get out here?
What time is it?
It is 2:10.
I'll say like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay, sick. So you're not. You don't hate feminism.
I'd like to think that I recognize everyone's plight, but it is definitely
Yeah.
annoying to feel like they don't recognize the plight of being a guy.
Yeah, that like
there are, there's obviously downsides to everything.
Yeah, and they I try because I'm so aware that my algorithm is radicalizing me against feminism.
Sure.
But you see this stuff constantly, and it's just like looking at any content where a man is talking about like what it's like to be a man, like, the difficulties of being a man and like being mistreated by women or whatever. Like even seeing that, you're like, oh, this guy's all right or whatever. Just there's an immediate like sensation of like, holy shit, this guy fucking hates women. Even if he's not saying anything hateful, even if he's being like very calm and measured. And just when you look online now, you will see so many women being like, men are pieces of shit. Like it's just so commonplace to hate men. In a way where it's like, if you say anything about it, be like, I'm joking. And I do think like the not all men thing was very damaging for culture.
Well, catch me up
not
on
all
that.
Men? Okay, so it was like...
Not all men, but always men. That's what it was?
It was like when I think Me Too was going around, or I don't know, some fucking people were getting mad at men, and then people were like, well, it's not all men who do that. Like... And then that became like feminists use the hashtag like not all men. And so if you said like if you ever were like if people were like men are pieces of shit, and then if you ever went not all men do that, they'd be like, oh yeah, not all men, not all men. It's just like everything just becomes a meme, everything becomes a war, and this stuff is all pushed on us by the internet because social media fucking knows that hatred keeps people on the platform longer than positive emotion, negative emotions keep, and so we've gotten so far in negative emotions, and it's just like you'll see the mainstream narrative is like, what's wrong with men these days for not supporting feminism? And it's like, well, maybe they have a point. Maybe nothing has gotten better for men in the last 20 years and things have improved for women. And like, because when I was growing up, like when I was in high school, like in university, I wanted to be like, yeah, I want to be a good liberal. And like in high school, you're like, oh yeah, I guess because you have fucking some lady come to your class at least like 3 times a year to tell you about how hard life is for women and like how they should go to some program to get them into engineering or whatever. And you go like, I guess it's going to be pretty easy when I get out there, and then you get into the world and you're like, no one gives a shit about you. Yeah. Like the idea that life is easy for men is ridiculous. We don't have like good social structures. We don't know how to fucking talk to each other. Like we're not good with our emotions.
Yeah.
And there's no programs for us to like, and the world is harder than it's ever fucking been in anyone's life. It's just getting more and more difficult. And there's no like support systems for men,
I completely agree, but I think I would still, maybe it's a biased take, but I think I'd still choose to be a man over a woman.
Not me, brother.
Get transitioning then. Get to work.
My whole trans obsession. If anyone doesn't know my story, I thought I was trans for 6 months.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
You never heard because you probably only see me do Rat Boy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's part of my act. Is not a huge part. It's hard to make funny. Yeah, no, that was during my manic episode. I was convinced I was trans.
Damn.
Yeah.
Do you think all trans people
are just all right?
No,
or crazy?
I was gonna say manic, but that's so wrong.
No, like the whole gender thing. Like this is the thing: is like people are very confused about gender right now, and I do think a large part of it has because women were like so siloed into like, oh no, you can't have jobs or whatever for so long, and then they had jobs or whatever, and then there's the negative attitudes about women. Like all that stuff did exist, like in the pre-60s when women weren't allowed to vote. All this stuff is like, yeah, obviously we needed to do stuff for equality for women. It sucks that they had to. They had to get married and they were completely at the will of men. They were second-class citizens. But then it's like we started working on that. But then the problem with these like social, and then there's women's studies departments and like, feminists and everything. But it's like the problem with those is like, well, once you establish a university department studying like how do we make things better for women, it's like, well, when are they going to say, job's done?
Yeah,
finally equality. Because it's like, okay, you have every opportunity to do exactly what a man does.
So you're saying it'll never be enough for them. It's just going to be like a Sisyphus pushing the boulder.
Okay, so, well, for some, like, women's studies, like, some, like, the stuff, I've read stuff from university professors that is just hateful of men, where it's like, if, like, all this stuff, and you asked if, like, oh, am I biased against whatever? Like, I do think scholarships for Native people are good. I'm not. I have a lot more feelings about the gender stuff than race, because I don't really like. My whole thing is, like, if you say something about anyone and then if you flip the race and gender to someone else, would that still sound bad? Like, but people will say shit about men or white men or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you said that about a black man, you'd be like, holy shit. Or even like what feminists will say about men, be like, men are all rapists at heart. It's like, okay, add black to that.
Yeah.
You know, now say it again. You know,
you say it.
You say it. You know, and it's like, okay, so if we acknowledge that everyone's like, because my thing is like, fucking, aren't we all just fucking people? And yeah, I don't think women are encouraged to have empathy for men these days.
Oh yeah, I mean, it starts at your home, right? If you see a healthy relationship between a man and a woman.
Yeah, and who the fuck saw that?
Who the fuck is looking at that shit, dude?
Yeah, how are your parents?
No, they're good. They had an arranged marriage and they're still together.
Oh, really?
If you can believe that.
Dude, I think arranged marriage is probably way healthier.
Dude, just convert to Islam. You've just been.
I might.
You've been so.
I'm working
You've
myself.
been on it, dude. And then you can say Paki. That's all you.
I'm not ever going to say that again. I feel bad saying it in that store.
Oh, you're like recalling his story. It's all right.
Yeah, but I also wasn't aware how slurry it was. Yeah, but no, just gender stuff. It's like, because I do think obviously like there's still stuff that's negative for women or whatever, but it's like we have to be able to have, like, I do think so many millennial women were taught to hate men. And even like with the incel thing, it's like, yeah, it sucks to be an incel. It sucks to like get, dragged down into that bullshit. But it's like, why would anyone, my whole thing with like all this stuff is like, if someone becomes alt-right or someone becomes an incel or someone becomes like a radical feminist or someone becomes anything, it's like, why would anyone be right about anything these days? There's no like, information is so fucking so chaotic. No one knows who to trust. Like, boomers still listen to mainstream news, and you talk to a boomer and it's like, did Coca-Cola give you every opinion you have?
Yeah.
It's like, you're insane. You just believe the news. That's crazy. But then you talk to like someone who's 30 and it's like, okay, so you're a Joe Rogan guy, and then you talk to someone that's like, oh, you're Chapo. So you talk to someone, it's like, we're all just siloed into whatever. And there's no, like, we're not taught how to critically think, because we have been taught how to be fucking manipulated by the white devils the entire time.
Absolutely.
And so if someone ends up a misogynist, it's like, it's the same thing with like, because I'm a fucking like drug addict, alcoholic or whatever. So I have empathy for like everyone, like, because I recognize like I have been such a piece of shit. I've done terrible things. So I want forgiveness for myself. I would extend that to everybody. But so many people go like, oh no, if you're this, then you're a piece of shit and I hope you fucking die. And like, we're getting to that point, like with the Charlie Kirk killing or whatever, people were laughing. And it's like, dudes, this is what happens right before Civil War. Like, once you fucking hate somebody so much that you think it's okay to kill them, nothing good happens at that point. And the white devils who run this shit, that's what they want.
They're pulling their
so many people think on the left think they're anti-capitalist. They think they're fighting power by like yelling at a MAGA person. And it's like, no, dude, that's what they want. Yeah, that's
just
what
alienating them more and more.
The more time you spend on social media getting mad at stuff, that's exactly what they want. Yeah. This fucking white devils.
The fucking white devils, man.
But so with like the feminism thing, it's like, yo, can we admit that you guys were kind of mean to us for a bit. You know?
Like
you said some shit to us that wasn't like super chill, and like you still like the man versus bear thing. I really just seem it's like, dude, you're just saying that to hurt our feelings.
I don't know how sincerely they would believe that, but also that it really puts into perspective.
I've talked to women, and it's like it's like because the thing with that is it's like I think probably every woman has had a very negative, fearful experience with a man where it's either something terrible happened or something she thought something terrible might happen. But it's like, yeah, if you want to put that onto all men, then, but you have to realize like 9 out of 10 guys would give their life to try to save you from that situation because they would feel like a bitch if they didn't. Like, if a woman was alone in the woods and there was a bear there, I'd be like, I guess I have to die now because I'm a man. She's a woman. I got to do this. But it's like, you're telling us, like, no, you don't want that because you think we're all that. And now if I saw a woman about to get eaten by a bear, I'd be like, well.
It's part of the game.
Yeah. I'd be like, okay.
Sorry, honey.
And it's just like, and if you keep on telling this, and like, women will be like, I don't need a man. I don't need any men. It's like, okay. Like, I'm at a point right now where it's like, it's so hard for me to imagine being in a relationship that I was happy in just because I've had all this like negative messaging from women for so long, just hating men, you know?
Absolutely.
You know, what do you think? Do you want to date? Do you want a girlfriend?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I just don't put myself in the position.
Yeah.
Or if I am in the position, I'm like, nah, I'm all right.
Yeah, and it used to not be like that. Like, and I feel like, and that's what I'm trying, and like, you know, it's not like I'm angry at women or whatever, because I think everyone's just being so manipulated by fucking the internet and companies who have so much vested interest in us constantly fighting each other.
Yeah.
Because they know how mad we are at corporations and the billionaires for ruining everything and taking all the money, that they need us to stay divided. They need to have it be left versus right. They need, and so anything that makes you mad at the an other that's at your same socioeconomic class, so the men versus women thing, it's like, yeah, that's what they want. And so, but like, we need to, and I also think like a lot of like the feminism stuff has been like, no, men and women aren't different. We're exactly the same. And it's like, bro, you have to understand that that's stupid. Yeah. Because like the whole, like for me, and this is something that like, it never gets discussed, even though it'd be so easy to actually break down how men and women are different, is just what does estrogen do and what does testosterone do? Because those two chemicals, you can put them on, you can give them to people. And like, that's why trans people are so like, I think should have so much to teach us about. And I like, one of my favorite things is reading experiences of trans men and like them being like, whoa, it's not all chill. Yeah. And they're like, I've read so many experiences, and so many of them, they all say the same thing, where they're like, it's the first time I had empathy for men. And it's like, bro. Yeah. Yeah. You can just be like a regular guy. Yeah. And no one's going to give a fuck, you know? Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, women look at, I think it's like, what men who get mad at women, they look at the hottest women and they go like, fucking life's so easy for you. Where it's like, yeah. Try being a 4, dude. That's true. That would be tough. Yeah, like so many women, like it does suck. You're constantly judged on your looks, and it does suck that you're a woman, and like for you know, you're gonna have your value. So much of how the world sees you, your value is gonna be tied to your appearance. And as men, it's like so much of your sexual market value is gonna be tied to your appearance for the most part. You know, but you can transcend that. You can be ugly and fat as fuck. And if you get cool enough, you can transcend that. Just the way men and women are different, are wired is different. And so it's like, and that's the thing. It's like, I want to continue having this conversation with feminists or whatever, women, about it's like, how do we make things better? But you guys, can you just acknowledge that it's not easy for us either? You know? I'd rather divide it than between men and women. I'd rather divide it between stupid people, because there's stupid men
and stupid women.
But even like that's another thing where it's like, why? It's not someone's fault. They're stupid.
I'm gonna say in modern day society, it's your fault if you're stupid. You have the tools. You have like, if you have a phone and you're stupid, it's your fault and you should die.
You have a good brain.
That's not always the case.
You do though.
I don't think I do. Not,
dude. You're fucking in your 4th year of engineering. Like
that's
how many like jobs have you worked?
Like 2 small jobs and 1 internship, but like the cashiers.
What were the 2 jobs?
Kumon tutor,
yeah,
and cashier.
Yeah, so you've never worked like at just a fucking. Where were you a cashier?
Home Depot.
Yeah, so even at Home Depot, those people like usually have some expertise.
Yeah,
dude, go fucking work the night shift at Superstore.
Yeah,
some people, like a lot of people in society, they're just never gonna be good at anything. They're just dumb.
And you think that's not their fault at all?
100%. They're born that way.
You think some people are just born to die? Like they can't better themselves?
I think a lot of people, yeah. They just have low IQ. Like it's a fact. Like a lot of people just don't have great IQs.
Sure, but they could be like maybe the best... I don't know. They could have like a niche, like welding or elevator mechanic.
Yeah, for sure. And I think like hopefully those guys do find the trades or whatever. But even like within the trades, they're too dumb to fucking learn a trade, you know? They're like, but even like however smart or dumb someone is, I do think it's like we need to have sympathy for dumb people. And that's why I get mad again at the left. Would be like, yo, you're like everyone right now, not even just the left and right. You'd be like, you're a retard. You're so stupid. You're dumb. And it's like, okay, if someone's dumb, that's not their fault. And if someone's not dumb and you just think they're dumb because of their worldview, that's even someone's worldview isn't really their fault. Because like I've had so many different worldviews because I have high intellectual openness.
Sure.
So I've been like libertarian. I've been like an angry men's rights guy. I've been a feminist. I've been a fucking, I thought I was trans. I've been super into conspiracy theories. I've been right wing. I've been left wing. At every point I just kept on going. It was all part of my journey. But it's like, well, why would you get mad at anyone for landing any place along there, right? Everyone's just coming up with their own worldview based on where they are at the time.
I agree, but...
even like racist and like sexist. It's like,
yeah, you're saying that's not their fault.
No, like I don't think anything is really anybody's fault that much. It does become your responsibility to fix something if it's identified as a problem. It's like people need to take responsibility for their lives.
Sure.
But like, I mean, free will, like, I've fucking studied philosophy and stuff. Free will is not a settled debate whether or not we have free will.
What do you believe?
I think it's a lot more complicated than people want to think. My personal beliefs, I have like pretty deep spiritual beliefs.
Yeah.
That I think we sort of decide what we're going to do in this life before we're born. We sort of plot it out.
So like where before the life? Like fetus? What do you mean?
No, in like an interdimensional realm.
Okay, so you think there's like interdimensional pedophiles that are like, I can't wait to just be born and look at my own baby genitals.
What?
You
Wait,
tell
the
me.
Pedophiles
Dude.
are trying to fuck themselves.
I mean, they'd be intrigued at least. They'd be like, oh.
No, I don't think anyone's a pedophile in the interdimensional realm. But I think someone could learn an experience.
Yeah.
From being like, okay, well, this, because we're infinite souls, right? And that's my belief. And so, and it's like the human soul is just constantly expanding and growing forever until we're no longer human, until we're something else, until we reach like the Godhead and maybe they start over again. But, and so this is what like my beliefs, my spiritual beliefs, they can't be political beliefs or intellectual beliefs about how you organize a society, because like I do think that everything happens for a reason, like everything, or like war crimes, all this stuff. It's like, yeah, that's probably to teach us something and we all agree to do it. And so like there's no reason to freak out because this is just something we're going through. But if you can't bring that down to a political level where we'd be like, well, they signed up for the genocide. So it's like, because within that, it's like, no, well, we don't know why we're learning it. We don't know why we decided to go through it. Maybe the reason we decided to go through it as a society was to go, this can never happen again. And humanity as a group needs to go, look at these terrible things, or look at this pedophile. How do we more effectively channel humanity into something that's not so pedophilic?
Yeah.
Although the pedophiles, man, they've been around a while.
Oh, they're out there.
And yeah, they are the white devils. They're the ones running this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's the thing where I get so mad at people talking, like, being skeptical of conspiracy theories, or, like, being like, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
It's like, do you remember how all the world's most powerful fucking billionaires and politicians are all fucking kids on an island?
Yeah. And back in the day, like, the most influential churches,
Yeah. They've all been doing it.
Yeah.
It's, they are the white devils running shit.
The white devils.
Yeah.
The white-robed devils.
The white-robed devils.
Catholicists.
Yeah, that's pretty Muslim of you. Or do Muslims hate Catholics?
I don't think I'm tapped in enough to know that. I think it's a religion of peace. I'd like to think that they're
Islam?
quite tolerant, because they were tolerant with the Jews. They would still let them practice before, Israel and modern day stuff's happening.
Yeah.
They used to be tight.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we got time to get into it.
Yeah, it's a bad topic to start at the end, probably.
All right, well, thanks for doing the pod, man.
Thanks
Do
for
you got
having
anything
me.
to plug?
No, nothing. Taha Ejazz on Instagram.
All right, so yeah, I'll put that in the show notes. All right.